Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Tell Me Anything reading. So, literally, I've pulled a load of cards. I've got 4 Oracle decks, the Kipper deck, the Lenormand, and 3 Tarot decks, and then more decks at hand because I don't know which deck I'm going to end up using. I'm just going to see what feels right. I'm going to ask the cards to tell me anything, and we're going to see what comes out. So it could be a very, very open reading that speaks to a lot of people, or it could be a very, very personal message that's like directed at one person. I have no idea. So if you want to jump straight to the cards, there's a timestamp in the description box below. But I'm just going to do a couple of the guided messages that came through overnight. So I got 3 songs, and the first one was 100% definitely an intuitive song. Like, this was definitely didn't come from me because I've not heard it for however long. And it's funny that I said however as well. And yeah, really old song. Haven't heard it for as long as I can remember. And I woke up right in the middle of the night with it. So just out of sleep with this song in my head, wrote it down, went back to sleep. So yeah, this was definitely a song that came through as a message. And it's Soul to Soul. Soul to Soul. And it's the song that goes, however do you want me? However do you need me? Back to life, back to reality. It's that song. So some of you may not even know that song. I'll pop everything in the description box below, and you can go down and you can check out the lyrics, check out the songs, check out the videos, see if there's any additional messages for you there that could help you out. And then sort of constantly, now I did hear this song yesterday along with quite a lot of other songs as I was out walking, but it's stuck in my head and it has not left my head. So I'm taking this as a message as well. And it's Afraid to Fall by Taylor Parks. And then this morning, I realised I had I'm Still Here by Sia in my head as well, which I hadn't heard, I don't think. So where that came from, I don't know. Guided message. A couple of songs that stood out over the weekend, and these were songs that I heard on Spotify. One was Hold On by Wilson Phillips, and the other one was Alicia Keys' No One. Now, I heard that song quite a few times from different places, so it really felt like that song was trying to get my attention. So there you go. So there's 3 songs that are definitely intuitive songs, and 2 songs that I kind of heard and seemed particularly like they were trying to get my attention. So there we are. I'm gonna pause for a second. You can tell I'm a bit scattered today. I don't know if that's just because there's a lot of energies trying to get my attention. Perhaps like my spirit guides are like fighting for which cards to use. Like, I want to get my message through. I know I want to get my message through. Literally do not know what's going to happen right now. But this is what I tend to do sort of off camera quite often. If I get a bit sort of I can get a little bit sort of antsy, like a little bit like frustrated energy. And I'll just be like, right, okay, I'm going to do a reading, and I'll do a reading, and then everything will calm down. So I sort of always feel like when I get that kind of like, sort of energy, it's because I'm meant to be doing a reading, I'm meant to be getting a message through. I can see the crow. We've got the crow on the chimney top across from the house. They've been flying around this morning. They seem quite happy. They've not really been cawing very much. They just seem to have been having a good time flying around. So one's watching us now. Okay, I'm going to try to not be so scatty, and I'm going to try and get on with the reading. I'm going to chill out, I'm going to meditate, and then I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to jump to this deck first, I think. This is the one that I feel like I want to use. So here we go. Tell me anything. Tell me anything. Well, that might be telling me too much. I think we're going to go with Chaos and Conflict. And this one's up as well. Orphaned. Okay. Whoa. Heavy start to this reading. Never ending stories on the bottom there. Okay. So some of you are in situations where you've been in a situation for a long time, and it feels like you've given somebody chance after chance after chance, and they keep letting you down. This is what I'm picking up from Never Ending Story. It's a never ending story. It's the same story over and over and over again, same mistakes over and over and over again. And as much as you try and help this person, it's a never ending story. So you're feeling there's a lot of chaos and conflict around you for some of you. Again, this is not everybody's story. This is just the I asked tell me anything, and they're telling me what they want me to say. So if this isn't your story, maybe it's somebody around you that you can offer support to, or maybe it's just not your reading, in which case hopefully another reading will be resonate with you more strongly. But yeah, so we've got number 33 as well on this card here, 33. So some of you may want to look out for the number 33. It is a master number. Yeah, I can't quite remember what threes represent in numerology. I'm not the strongest on numerology, that's something I'm still learning. But what I do know is that it's a synchronistic number. So if you're seeing a lot of threes around, particularly the number 33 or 333, 33333, you know, pay attention to what you're thinking at the time, what's being said at the time, what's going on around you. Has your mind started to daydream? What are you thinking about? Because this is an indicator that to move in that direction or to draw your attention to something important. So yeah, chaos and conflict. You're trying to fit in somewhere where you don't belong, trying to be something that you're not, because there's a zebra here that's disguised as a giraffe. But you can see that the zebra isn't meant to be a giraffe. I've got a lot of hand stuff going on this last week or so, and it's funny because when I first when all this kind of business started for me, I did get quite often like a cold hand, like someone touching my hand, and that kind of went away. I didn't have that for quite a while, and now like all the hand stuff is back. I couldn't put a card down in Friday's reading. I've been having like weights in my hands, like my hands are very heavy. I felt like I had like funny pressure in my hand right here. So yeah, a lot of hand stuff. My hands feel kind of heavy and weird again. So yeah, hands are heavy. Maybe somebody's very, very burdened. But yeah, this zebra, he's been disguising his true self for quite a while now, I feel. He's hiding his true colours, or his stripes, I should say. And he's been pretending to be this giraffe, right? But he's not designed to be a giraffe. That's not his nature. That's not his fate. That's not what he's meant to be. He hasn't got the long neck of a giraffe. He hasn't got the long legs of a giraffe. So if he's been trying to be a giraffe and he's been trying to fit in, he's not going to be a very good giraffe, let's face it. So it's his destiny to shake off this this false skin, this mask, this false self that he's been presenting to the world, and actually show who he really is inside, you know, to show his true colours, to be who he's supposed to be, the path that feels most natural for him. So yeah. The zebra is very unique, very individual. It gives me Aquarius energy. Yeah, it's like once you shake off that false skin, you'll be able to run with your tribe. You can move towards the people who you fit in, like feel like you fit in with more, right? People who accept you for who you are, a place where your skills are valued. And then orphaned. So feeling like she's got some sort of like, oh, she's in a nest and she's got like a bird beak. That's strange. So feeling like you're alone in the nest, feeling like you've been abandoned in some way. It's got a face on this rock as well. She's almost like an ugly duckling, right? She looks like she's all in that white. So she's like ugly duckling. Again, the ugly duckling, trying to, if you know the story of the ugly duckling, it's actually a baby swan, but he thinks he's a duckling and he's trying to fit in with all these like cute little fluffy yellow ducklings, but he's like this big gangly goofy like baby swan, like this big brown signet they're called, aren't they? Somebody may wear a signet ring. So he's been trying to fit in with all these like cute little fluffy fluffy ducklings, these little giraffe ducklings, if you will. But he's gangly, he keeps making mistakes. It's not his natural environment. There's a little tiny fly, because it's summer, it's been really hot. There's all these like gross tiny flies around. Not normally in my bedroom, so I hope that's not a sign of things to come. So yeah, he's not meant to be there. But then it's like the ugly duckling. Once he goes off and once he graduates and becomes this swan, and he's beautiful, and he can just glide, and everybody like looks at him and admires him for who he really is, right? And he goes and he finds the other swans who accept him and who love him, and then he gets the respect of the ducklings, because they're like, oh, actually, we misjudged you. You're pretty cool. You're just, different to us. So this is what it's trying to say. It's like, stop trying to fit in with this crowd that it's like, if you're trying to fit in somewhere and it constantly feels like you're trying to hide who you really are, and you're always scared of being judged, you're always scared of your mask slipping, then that's a clear sign that this place is not for you. And if there's somebody, I said somebody, that might be significant. If there's somewhere where you just feel really comfortable, like you can be your true self, where you feel like accepted no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter if you mess up, then that's like obviously the direction you're meant to go in. Yeah. Okay, cool messages, thanks. So maybe I want to get some more on this. I'm being drawn to the Lenormand deck. Can I get a card for this chaos and conflict, please? Do you have anything else to tell us about the chaos and conflict? So this is the romantic man. With the Ace of Cups here, and the 2 and 8 make a 10. So what I'm feeling is there's some sort of ending, an ending to this chaos and conflict, or you can see that he's turned away, right? So he's turning away from the chaos and conflict. He doesn't want to deal with that anymore. I'm saying he, it can be a she or a they, okay? So gender doesn't really apply. Don't worry too much about which pronoun I'm using here. Just switch that out as you see fit. It's just so that I can. I am picking up on masculine energy, but that doesn't mean it's a male person, if that makes sense. It's just someone acting in masculine energy. And again, I'm not going to go into gender stereotypes. Just know that gender's flexible in tarot. You can switch things around, and everybody has masculine and feminine energy within them. So this person, I'm going to say he, is turning away from the chaos and conflict. It's like it's a never-ending story. He's realized this, that it's not ever going to change. He's been trying to fix something. I feel been trying to fix something, but now it's like almost like this despairing energy, right? Look, she's wearing a mask as well. Wearing a mask, not looking in the mirror. So you're dealing with a person like constant, like not knowing where you stand with this person as well. So I feel like somebody is wearing a false mask, but they're refusing to look in the mirror and see themselves clearly. I feel like this is perhaps someone that you're dealing with. Could be you. And then there's like this, you've been trying to mend this relationship for a long time, trying to fix it, trying to make this person see, kind of like how to improve. And you've got underneath that, I can't make this up, all that glitters is not gold, and it's got 2 masks on the card. So yeah, sort of like seeing the poised as well underneath that, like this person's ready to take that leap, sort of seeing the potential, like seeing what this thing could be if everybody worked together, everybody took off the masks, everybody kind of seeing the potential, and really being quite reluctant for a long time, I feel, to give up on this thing, trying to mend it. But you've realised now that this is a never-ending story. It's a broken situation. It's always going to be chaos and conflict. It always has been. It always will be. And it's time to kind of shake off that cloak, right? You can see that he's literally like shrugging off this cloak that he's wearing, in a similar way to how the zebra's shaking off that cloak of trying to pretend to be a giraffe. It's like standing naked now, standing naked. And this is similar to the Pisces reading that I had on Friday. Standing naked in your vulnerability, in your truth. I feel like your truth about what you're actually passionate about. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I mean, this card does tend to indicate a passionate romantic relationship, a new passionate romantic love interest. Doesn't have to be. What it can also be, and what I'm picking up on here, is that this is you've been hiding, I think, perhaps quite ashamed, quite embarrassed about some of the things that you're passionate about. So this could be hobbies, it could be what you want to do for a job, just something that you're passionate about that you feel like people are going to judge you for. But it's like, no more, because I'm never going to be happy if I live under other people's rules. If I always pretend to be, I might have hit a nerve. I just felt like I was going to cry. So hugs to you, internet hugs, if you're crying right now. Yeah, so I'm never gonna be happy if I keep pretending to be something that I'm not. I have to move towards what I'm passionate about in order to be happy. And there's going to be people around me who judge me for that. There's going to be people who make fun of me for my choices, or who are quite opinionated about my choices. But that doesn't matter, because it's not their life, it's my life, and I need to be happy and stand in my truth. Okay, guys, this is good energy. I'm liking this. So here we go. What's going on with this orphaned card? I feel drawn to use the Kipper deck, but I feel like I'm going to give this deck a chance to... Yeah, okay. Okay, some of you might actually have lost a parent. Because you've got the orphaned card and you've got the nostalgia card, the lilies. Now, lilies are associated with funerals. I love lilies as a flower. My favourite flower is like a red rose, like a blood red rose. My second favourite flower are lilies, both kinds of lilies. And I went to a funeral recently, and there were so many lilies, and they smell absolutely beautiful. So yeah, but it does have this association with death, but also of remembrance, of celebration of someone's life, of nostalgia for the past, nostalgia, I think, for possibly the way things were. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be literally a death or somebody who's passed over. This could be like the death of a situation, the death of this never-ending story. It's like, no, I'm going to end this story. And it's funny, because in a reading the other week, I had... and this was an off-camera reading. I had Unfinished Symphony from the same deck. Unfinished Symphony followed by the coffin. And it was like somebody was finishing the symphony, right? Going back and finishing something that they started, putting an end to something. So again, it's like the same message coming through. Yeah, so we've got here the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is the King of Spades. Is it Spades? In the traditional card deck, but it translates over to the King of Swords. So this is someone who is not afraid to cut something out that isn't working for them anymore. They're very much standing in their own power, and they have a lot of mental clarity and the ability to communicate exactly what needs to be said and nothing more. So you may find that if there are a lot of people who are quite opinionated around you, or people who are kind of trying to drag you back into an argument, perhaps trying to persuade you, the King of Swords says what needs to be said and nothing more. So they'll say it very clearly. They won't get drawn into a long-winded argument. It's like, this is what's happening. This is why. I don't have anything else to say. And that makes it very, very clear as well. It kind of draws the lines. So if this is you and you are ending something, it will benefit you to be very, very, very clear and concise, because that doesn't leave any room for the other person to misinterpret what you're saying. 30 again. So you've got three tens. Again, the number 3 does seem to be particularly significant for you right now. And I'm seeing 3 tens as possibly there might be 3 things that you're ending, or 3 relationships that you're ending or walking away from, or something that has happened 3 times. You know, whatever this is, this chaos and conflict, this never-ending story, it's a situation that's happened at least 3 times, and you're like, you know, three times and you're out kind of thing. Okay. In the underneath, you've got the child. So this could be going back to childhood dreams, the things that you were passionate about as a child, the things that feel authentically you, or they could be a child involved in your situation. It's a 4. 1 and 3 make 4. which is about foundations. Again, yeah, it could be house and home, could be children involved. The Jack of Swords will translate to either the Page or the Knight of Swords. So this is about communication, learning, learning something. I did also see the Rider as I was shuffling, so maybe that could be something significant. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go to this deck next. I'm going to pull this down. Do you have anything else to tell me about? Yes, they do. Chaos and conflict. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Do you know, I saw this as the all tied up card, so that might also be. It's because it's quite blue, so I thought it was the all tied up card. So some of you may feel tied up by this situation, or there's something that you need to tie up before you can move forward. But the Angel of Balance, so the Angel of Balance is here to come and balance out a situation, to temper a situation. Because if we've got chaos and conflict, you need balance to come into this situation. I don't think this is a situation that you can fix. I feel like you've been trying to fix it for a long, long time there, and it's just not happening. All that glitters is not gold. You know, if you do want to give it one last try, that's up to you. It's not for me to tell you what to do with your life. I'm just communicating what the cards are telling me. So yeah, the Angel of Balance is here to kind of balance things out, temper emotions, balance out a situation. Perhaps if you have walked away from a relationship, this is like the court system, balancing things out for you. I don't see it as justice though. I feel it's more to do with balancing out emotions, tempering yourself, balancing out a situation, making things fair. Okay, so can you tell me more about the Orphaned card, please? Why is the Orphaned card here? Do you have anything else to say about the Orphaned card? Do you have any... Oh, what's going on there? A card didn't come out. The cards just kind of like did a weird thing in my hands. Okay. Oh, okay. I've got quite a lot to say about the Orphaned card. Someone's just sent me a message. It's quite a funny message. And again, actually, do you know, it's funny because it was me and my friend being quite childish. And you've got this child card here. So I do feel like perhaps there's a need to, perhaps someone could be acting in a childish way, or perhaps you need to have that kind of, I'm getting joy and laughter. What's that from? That's from a song. Joy and laughter. I'll be there. When you call, I'll be there. What's that song? Sorry, I know that I'm singing it out of tune. It's because I don't want to sing it in tune and then got a copyright strike. I'll be there. Joy and laughter. I'll look that up. You probably know immediately what it is. It's a very famous song, but it's just not. It's probably called "I'll Be There." On the bottom as well, you've got rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, I definitely feel like if you've been dealing with that chaos and conflict, you probably do need a lot of rest. So you've got orphaned. So once I feel like this situation is dealt with, because you've got this man who's very romantic here, and he's with the Ace of Cups, which is a new love offer. So once this past situation that's been quite difficult is dealt with and it's over, I feel like this opens up a door to romance, and this is a new romance coming in. Now, Archangel Michael in particular does tend to guide people who are sort of coming together, sort of like true romance soulmates kind of thing. You know, he's kind of he's representing the first chakra, the base chakra, basal chakra, sacral chakra. I don't know, I'm not the best on chakras, but it's to do with I mean, you can see where he's holding that chakra, right? You can see what it looks like it's going on inside that little lobe there, little tadpoles. So yeah, this is, somebody's in for a nice time. And I feel like you've got 3 angel cards here as well. So it's like the angels, I mean, I said, tell me anything. And like, who's telling me, you've got a lot of angels here. That's all I'm saying. Whether you believe in angels or spirits or the universe, whatever you think is guiding us here today, they're showing up. That energy is showing up as angels. And you've got the Angel of Balance, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel so far. Archangel Gabriel, and it's funny because, oh, that's so weird. I watched a reading this morning. It could have been Erica Elmutz. And she pulled a card, and it was about Archangel Gabriel and his diamond. And now I don't have that deck. And I was like, is that like a common thing, Archangel Gabriel, is he known for having a diamond? So I was Googling it this morning, but he does look like he's got a diamond there on his throat. But Archangel Gabriel, he brings clarity. He can explain things that perhaps feel quite confusing to you. So you can call on Archangel Gabriel to help you see the situation more clearly. He also is a communicator of all the energies. So he can bring information to you. And also music. You may get a lot of messages through music at the moment. Excuse me, my throat's shutting up. My throat's closing up. You may be able to hear it. My throat suddenly went really, really tight. This is to do with people not speaking their truth. This happens during a reading when someone's not saying something that they need to say, not speaking their truth. They may need to write down their thoughts and their feelings, even if they don't actually show it to someone. But the act of doing that can help unblock that chakra for you. So somebody needs to speak the truth about something they're passionate about. And you've got the number 33 again. I'm not joking, guys. You can't make this up. There's like 70 something cards normally in a deck. I don't know how many in this specific deck, but you've got the number 33 on this card and the number 33 on this card. So this is a really important number for you right now. Watch out for the number 33. Threes in general, because you've got 33, 35, 39, 30. 28, 48. Look out for number patterns. But this is good, right? This is good, because if you are this person who's been in this situation, and you've been trying, perhaps to fix an existing relationship, and it's just not working out, you're still fighting, there's still chaos and conflict, the same pattern, you're stuck in this cycle where the same things keep happening again and again and again, and it's making you miserable, right? It's making you miserable. I think that by recognizing that, maybe taking a cold hard look at yourself in that mirror, seeing that people are wearing masks in this situation, being able to take off that mask and stand in your authentic truth, standing naked and vulnerable in your truth, you are able to close doors that aren't working for you anymore, and you're able to open doors that lead you to something very, very, very positive looking over here. Okay, so that's hopefully going to give you hope and strength to be able to do what you need to do if you need to do it. And again, don't take my advice as like I heard the gospel truth and saw Hercules, the muses from Hercules, and that's the gospel truth. So just don't make any huge decisions. Don't go leaping through that door just because of this reading here today. It's a very, very open reading. There's a lot of people coming to this. Well, there's probably about 9 because I don't get that many viewers. But potentially a lot of people could come to it. So do speak to friends and family. Do speak to people who can offer professional advice. Sit on it and kind of, intuitively, what's your heart saying? What's your head saying? You'll know if this is you. You'll know, and you'll know when it's the right time for you. Don't do anything based solely on this reading here today. This is just designed to sort of hold up that mirror and be able to help you look at things more clearly that perhaps you haven't seen before, and allow you to think things over, mull things over, and you might find, actually, no, I'm going to keep giving this another try. You might be like, this doesn't fit with me at all, or you might be like, yeah, dead on, exactly, I knew I had to do this, and this is just that one more sign saying that I'm on the right path. Take it as it resonates. Poverty. So I feel like this is, with the orphan card as well, this gives me emotional poverty, sexual poverty as well, not being able to express romantic feelings, not being able to receive love. It's very important, I think, for us all to have love and affection in our lives, to be valued, to be respected, to have affection. And I think some of you perhaps are really kind of feeling that there's this void here, and if this is in a existing relationship and it's been this way for a long time, then perhaps that is something that needs to be looked at and reassessed. You've got these 2 cards here that both have this kind of this connotation of a lack of affection, of lack of people who look after you. Yeah, and then a couple of cards about needing the romance, needing to be passionate, to be loved, to love and be loved. Okay, so do you have anything else to say, please, about the orphaned card? Maybe someone like literally is an orphan, because he does look like... this is my Oliver Twist card, you know. So someone could be playing cat and mouse games. They're showing me Tom and Jerry. You know, that they have this very chaos relationship. It's like there's something there, right? Or now they're showing me The Simpsons, you know, the cat and the mouse on The Simpsons. It's like a parody of Tom and Jerry. I can't think what they're called. Itchy and Scratchy. And it's like they've got kind of a bond there, you know, they've known each other for a long time. They're kind of friends, but the destructiveness of their relationship is not healthy. And it's like the whole joke of that is that Bart and Lisa and Maggie are there watching this cartoon that's portraying such an unhealthy relationship, and what is that teaching them? So some of you may very well have children, and those children, no matter how much you try to hide it, those children will be aware of the chaos and conflict, and they'll think that's a normal relationship. Look at this child. Like, do you want your child to grow up thinking that emotional poverty is normal and healthy? Again, just an extra thing I'm throwing in there to have you think about. You've got the journey card. 1 second, my own child's coming up the stairs. He's got a new game. He wants a little bit of help with it, so I'm going to help him after I finish this reading. Just as I was talking to him, though, these two cards kind of came out and sort of, I can't even make it do it now. They kind of like came out and kind of balanced on my thumb, and I looked down and they were sort of like sat there. So I'm going to take these as well because they fit in with journey. So if you're identifying as the masculine energy here, and I did say that I'm picking up on masculine energy. Okay, and underline you've got marriage, so this could very well be concerning a marriage. Sorry guys, this is tough. I wouldn't wish this on anyone, but I'm here to help if this is your situation. I'm here to communicate what the guides want to bring through. So yeah, some kind of ending here. Feeling very, very nostalgic though about whatever this is that you're leaving behind. Going on a new journey. This is also a number 10. So 10s are about completing a journey and a new start. Because after the 10 you get back to the 1, which literally I didn't realise until as I was saying it. You've got the card with 10 and then the card with 1. So you've got the main male here. It is the masculine energy that's taking the journey. So you may identify as the main male in this reading, or this is somebody who you're connecting with and it's the main male in your life. Okay, so yeah, this could be a love interest for you. It could be literally your husband, best friend who's a man, whoever the most important main male is. Okay, but I am feeling like I'm reading for a man, or someone who is in masculine energy. I can't say that it doesn't have to be, but if I feel like I'm strongly reading for a male energy, I'm going to say. So yeah, I feel like this man is needing to take a journey here. He's needing to move on to a new cycle in his life, because we've got the 10 going into the 1. Oh, my head hurts. It's probably really stressful. And thinking about these distant horizons, like lifting anchor, flying away, taking a journey onto something that feels really quite fantastical, like really following his dreams here, right? It feels like the impossible, what he felt was impossible before, is becoming more and more possible. We've got these 2 cards here about fantasies, about following your dreams, healing with this rainbow. Yeah, believing in the impossible, because like, why not believe in the impossible? Why not just go for it? If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then you know, right? You can't spend your life sat there not knowing. So have you got an energy for me, please? What kind of energy is this person in right now? The Firefly. Holding a little light, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Holding a light inside them. I'm going to write that down. Because it's a firefly. It's a little tiny light in the darkness. It's like the hope. This little light of mine Yeah, holding out this hope, this little tiny light that's shining, that's got them going, like it's kept them going all this time, kept them going through the darkness, letting this little light inside them burn. And it's like whatever it is that they're kind of passionate about, something that they're hopeful about, their dreams, you know, really clinging, they emphasize clinging to me, clinging onto this more or less for dear life, I think, because I think it's the only thing that's kind of kept them going throughout a very difficult journey. Okay, I'm going to put that with these two. You know, I think he's got a little light inside him. He's got hope for that. He's got hope that his situation isn't always going to be like that. It's going to change. In the underline as well, you've got the deer and the moth. Again, the moth moves towards the light, moves in the darkness towards the light, even though it could hurt them, right? And the deer is like feeling very, very vulnerable, feeling very much out in the open. What else do I want to go for next? Yeah, go on. Let's go to what's going on in this person's heart space, please. What's going on in this person's heart space? Oh, yeah, Wounded Warrior card. It's someone who's been through a long journey, lots of twists and turns there. It's felt like very confusing, very puzzling. Didn't think they were going to get out of this maze. Thought that they were trapped forever, but she's out. She's out of the maze. Okay. Yeah, feeling like a wounded warrior in the heart. Can I get a card for the thoughts? Ready to move in a whole new direction here. This is the World card. The World card is like there's some kind of really big cycle in your life that's coming to an end. Something that you may have took up years and years of your life, but it's ending because you've got this new opportunity. It's like somebody's handing you a key, opening the door for you, giving you a key, saying, welcome to this new world, right? And you can see all these people up here, and what this is symbolizing for me today is how I was talking about this this zebra trying to be the giraffe, and stripping off that false mask, stripping off that role that has never ever suited them, where they've never felt like they fit in, and they're moving towards a community, a place where they can feel like they can be their true authentic self, and these people will accept them, and these people want them to be there. She's giving this person a key. She's like, come and join us, okay, we want you. It's like they're all gonna like celebrate. Look, they're all like turning to welcome this person. It's the welcome wagon. They're bringing you a fruitcake. That's a Sims joke for the Simmers who watch my readings. And then what is also with this is this Knight of Cups. So again, it's another angel, and he's holding a dove. The dove, I think, symbolises peace and healing. He kind of looks a bit like Ed Sheeran. Yeah. So there's an offer of love here. It's someone communicating love. It's someone offering love, going in like a knight in shining armor, I think. And this is either you riding towards this person, like Sir Lancelot, really kind of like ready and passionately ready to express his love. And I'm also noticing that the three cards that symbolize love, they've all kind of got the tops off. So we've got this guy over here, Archangel Michael, and this guy with his top off. It's like laying bare, laying your feelings bare, feeling very divinely guided to do so. Yeah, and it's also like this key as well. Look at the shape of the key. It's like almost like a heart shape. Somebody might be offering you the key to their heart. And this is what you're thinking about, though. So you may have a particular person in mind, or you may just have this general idea that I want love now. I want to find love. I want to unlock my heart, and go on this whole new world, right? Step through this door to a world of romance. And then the underline, you've got the King of Cups, another angel. Can you focus, please? There, no? There we go. Ready to stand tall, and if I was to pull that card, he'd be under the main male. Yeah, King of Cups, absolutely. So can you tell me, please, what's going on in this person's action space? What's going on in this person's action space, please? Yeah, really facing quite a lot of conflict, or possibly actually feeling conflicted. No, because it's not in your feelings, it's in your action space. Facing conflict head on, I think. You can see again, these people are all kind of cloaked. They're kind of not showing the true intentions, right? They're there's only one person here who kind of has his face revealed, and again it's this feeling of like standing bare, taking off the cloak, standing up to people who, I don't think these people have your best interests at heart, because I think people who are really your friends, who really care about you, will support you on whatever journey and whatever choices you want to make. So if these people just want to judge you, then do you really need them in your life? But this guy is standing up to them. He's waving this staff at them. He's like, back off. And again, I was talking about how the King of Swords will say what he has to say, and he will speak his truth, and he won't say any more than that. He's like, I don't care if these people are just going to criticize you, then you don't need that. You don't need that. You can walk away from that more confidently because they've shown their true colours. Does that make sense? People shouting outside. They're not shouting. They're just talking. So here we go. This is the Strength card. 1 second. There we go. Just shut the window. So here's the Strength card. Yeah. And also look how she's like looking at herself very, very clearly in the mirror, looking at herself dead on in the mirror. It's like finding this inner strength, right? Really seeing yourself for who you really are. And it's almost like her heart's glowing with this infinity symbol. I like that necklace. I want one. I want one of those. I didn't realize it was a necklace until I saw like the little chains there. So yeah, she's really seeing herself for exactly who she is. She's accepting herself for who she is, warts and all, accepting her shadow side, really seeing all the positive values, all the things that make her unique and that make her special and that make her valuable, and valuing those qualities in herself, not needing anyone else. Not needing anyone else's approval. She's come to terms with exactly who she is, and she's accepting herself, and she's loving herself. Love yourself like you would love a friend, okay? Treat yourself with the same kindness that you treat a friend. Follow the advice that you would give a good friend. Okay, you should be your best friend. Also, yeah, you've got this lion symbol up here on the mirror. It looks like when I was a child, my front door had a lion knocker, and it was very, very similar looking. So that's kind of why I just paused there. It reminded me of my door knocker on my childhood home. Yeah, I love that. That's such a lovely card, and it fits so well with up here, this person who's like wearing the false mask, afraid to look at themselves in the mirror. That's not you. You're looking at yourself dead on. This is you. This person has strength. This person does not have strength. So if you look at it that way, who would you rather be? What do you think you need to do? So we're at the 40-minute mark. I think I might be about to leave it there. Perhaps I want to just get an advice card for you from, I'll go for the Archetypes deck, I think, for your advice. No, I'm going to go to the Vice Versa Tarot. What needs to change here? What does this person need to change to move towards their happiness? Can you tell me what change needs to come in for this person? Thank you. I've got 2 cards. Okay, I'm just having a look at them, trying to interpret them. So you have a Queen of Cups here. Okay, so she's in the upright, and you have a King of Pentacles in the reverse. So now the Queen of Cups in the upright, this is a positive card, okay? This is someone who can, sorry, I don't know why it's so blurry today. This is someone who can match you on an emotional level, because I saw that King of Cups card. Sorry, this is if you're identifying as the male. If you're identifying as female, dealing with a main male, or you're identifying with the feminine energy rather than the masculine energy. I'm sorry if you identify as non-binary. Both of these could be you. As again, just switch out the roles as you need to. I am going to say that this is the feminine energy though. So if you're the masculine energy watching this reading, and you are attracted to a feminine energy, or even, you know, this could be two men or two women, it's just the energies. I hate having to clarify that so much. I mean, it's important to clarify, right? It's just that it just slows down the reading. It confuses me. I'm seeing this as so you've got person one and this is person two. I'm seeing this as the perfect match for person one, okay? So it's somebody who can match you on an emotional level, who has a lot of, or it could be you as well, ready to sort of express love and in this very nurturing, very sort of warm, expressive, kind, loving, accepting, unconditional love, they're telling me. She is gorgeous. I just want to have a look at her butt there. I'm sorry, me perving at my own cards. Yeah, she's sat there waiting. She's holding this cup, and it's a huge cup of love. But she's waiting, and we have this guy here who's got his back turned. He's the King of Pentacles with his back turned, and this is what needs to change. The King of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody who can be very greedy, somebody who can be very possessive, jealous, but I'm seeing it more just that this guy has his back turned. So if I flip these cards over, the Queen of Cups now has a back turned to the King of Pentacles. So maybe this is what needs to change. Maybe people keep turning their backs on one another. You both kind of need to be facing each other in the upright energies. But she has the stork. So the stork does actually symbolize that this is like a wish come true, a dream come true. It can symbolize pregnancy. So yeah, I'm getting that perhaps if somebody has been sat waiting for a long time, that this person may be getting ready to turn their back possibly, but I don't see it, because I see this as unconditional love. Like if they turn their back on you, they're going to turn back around and have that love if you need it, because it's unconditional, right? So I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I should turn that one or not. I don't feel like I should, but I feel like if something needs to change, the King of Pentacles in reverse with his back turn definitely needs to change. This needs to be in the upright, solid, stable, abundant. This is a provider. This is someone who's very giving, very nurturing, very constant. Goes to work day after day after day, puts bread on the table, brings the money home. They're not the sort of person to do anything kind of really wild or unexpected. They're quite predictable, but there's a lot of security in that. There's a lot of it's very, very stable energy. If you had it's almost like a traditional relationship here, if you think of like older style relationships where the man is the provider, he's solid, he's grounded, he's very nurturing, very stable guidance, and then the female is like the loving person, the nurturer, the emotionally available, encouraging. They're not like kind of the two cards that match in the tarot, but they would be a good match, I see, if you're after a traditional relationship. I don't know. There you go. I want to get another card. I'm going to get another advice card. One more card, please, because I'm a glutton for punishment. The animal. Ooh, hello. Rawr. Okay, what does this mean? So what number do we have there? It's number 19. The animal. The beast. The wild one. The she-wolf. Okay, now I'm getting Shakira. There's a she-wolf in the closet. Let her out so we can breathe. She-wolf. Shakira, I like that song. Okay, I have to do that. Sorry, I've grossed everybody out there. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs. Ew. Kim Kranz. Ew. This isn't me being crude, it actually says that. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined, animalistic nature. Yet through this archetype, we tap into the power and direction, activating the animal with... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm excited, can you tell? Talking about pubes. Activating the animal within means reawakening. God. Why did I pull this extra card? I was doing so well. Oh, I need to open that window again. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. Just be careful if you're doing that. Be careful which berries you're eating. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. Ah, I love it. I actually love it. It started off a bit iffy, but the animal demands that we get comfortable in our own skin. What did we start the reading with? Okay. The animal demands that we get comfortable in our own skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into an animal energy. And what was that card in the underlying? Like I was talking about accepting yourself for exactly who you are, shadow side and all, you know, all those animal instincts, all those base instincts that perhaps people tell you are wrong, right? People judge you for them. Like, and I'm not saying go out and do anything illegal or sordid, but you know, if you're feeling like you want to be romantic and have sexual relationships and express yourself physically in whatever way that you're led to that's legal, you know, then you know there's nothing wrong with that. And if people, you know, there's always going to be people who judge. Just let it go. Notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from? What has it kept you from doing, Wild One? Ooh, Wild One. There we go. I've got the name for this reading. What a fun reading. I mean, not fun if you're dealing, if you're still in that space back there. That is not fun. Ugh, get out of that never-ending cycle. But it looks like I know exactly why you want to get out on the never-ending story. It looks like you want to unleash the animal within. Right, okay, do take care. I hope you have a great time, and I hope you find unconditional love, because everybody deserves that. Okay, guys, take care. Bye-bye.